Welcome back to the series, How to Help Your Kid Master Addition and Subtraction of Fractions the First Time. This is part 3 where we change both denominators. Terrence ran 1/2 of a mile. Chris ran 2/3 of a mile. How far did the boys run together? We have first 1/2 mile and 2/3 more. Well, this is a good time to begin the estimation of where they start with the half. And they know that 2/3 is more than a half. It's a little more than a half. And so they can estimate first that the total distance run will be between 1 and 2 miles. But more specifically, it's going to be a little bit more than 1 mile. That's one way that you can help them, by starting with the half and then adding on to that. And when you get to the model, you want the kids to be able to create a model that matches the word problem or the solution or the situation that they are solving for. So, for example, if they are solving a problem that has to do with distance, then you want them to use some type of fraction bar because it shows a length or a number line, and it helps them to get a visual representation that they can fall back on when they don't have models or the problems are too difficult to create models. So I'm going to show here 1/2, and I use those fraction bars because of these of the problem here. And I'm showing 1/2, and then beneath that I'm showing the 2/3. And so you want the kids to get used to asking themselves, when looking at these fractions, are these parts the same size? Am I going to have the same number of parts in each whole? And they should be used to thinking in that way, thinking what they know about each one of these fractions. And then that guides them to creating those common denominators. Do I have common denominators? No, I don't. Is there anything I can do to make common denominators? So here you can ask the kids, can I make halves into thirds or thirds into halves? They should automatically know that they cannot do that, but they can make them into something that they both have in common, which is that common denominator piece. They can make these parts the same size by first taking the thirds and cutting them into 2 equal parts using the denominator from 1/2. That's easier for most of us to do, is to take one thing and cut it into 2 equal parts. And so that guides them to that multiplying 2/3 by the 2 halves and making 4/6. And so they do the same with the halves now, using the denominator of 2/3, and they take each half and cut it into 3 equal parts. And now we have 6 equal parts. And to show that now we have an equivalent fraction, we take 1/2 and multiply by 3/3 and get 3/6, the same value as 1/2. And so now those parts are the same size and we're able to add them. 3/6 plus 4/6, and we get 7/6, which is close to our estimate. It is 1 mile and a little bit more than a mile. Our kids need to be able to explain what they're thinking, and as we question them, to go back and show us why they have to find common denominators and how they use those to create equivalent fractions to find the solution. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to get your copy of Fractions Made Easy, a helpful resource that provides a list of support videos with pictorial representations to help you get your kids to where you want them to be.